Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Down. This morning we had 9 positive cases total in our system out of almost 3,700 inmates. So we're doing really well in that area, but it has impacted my ability to start up some of the programs like Phoenix House and our transitional age youth program. Those have all been put on hold because we need the housing for quarantine. So as we move through the COVID pandemic and get that out of our hair, I think we'll start to move forward. I know there's been a large interest from individuals that want to come in and participate in the lived experience program. And we will continue to look in that direction as soon as we can get folks into the jail. So that's about it in a nutshell. I say it's just a COVID problem that's keeping us on hold. But other than that, we're ready to move forward as soon as we get it cleaned up.
Awesome. Thank you, Commander. We're definitely, looking forward to being able to start that program within the jails so that we can go in there and, reach individuals on a different level. So I know it's just COVID, just like you said, holding us back. So thank you. All right, let's go to Lori.
The changes.
There we go. Sorry, needed to unmute. My name is Lori Friedman, and I'm part of Revolution Financial Management, and we believe that everybody should be on a firm foundation.
Yeah.
And I'm here to serve for however anybody would like to have any financial questions answered. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Lori. And Lori was our speaker last. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of an echo. I'm getting an echo. Anyways, Lori was our speaker last month. So thank you for being here. And if you ever want to connect with someone, an organization, to help your individuals with some financial assistance, she is your go-to gal. Let's see. Let me go to Lanny next.
I'm Lonnie. I'm unmuted.
I unmuted you.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm Lonnie Tianco. I'm currently working new position at Orange County One-Stop Center for Management Curriculum Solution as an employment specialist. So I can, so I'm hoping to provide some services to our participants. Thank you. And I also have my coworker, Adrienne Conger.
Hi.
And she will
see you.
Thanks for joining us, both of you, and thanks for, we're so glad to have you, Lanny, back, or Lonnie, back in, back here, and then, with a different organization, but you're still serving the same purpose, which is awesome. Thank you for being here. And for spreading the word and sharing the love, right?
Oh, definitely. That's what we do.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go to, it is Christina. I think that was what I saw. Christine or Christina? Or Christian? Oh.
Christia?
Oh, okay. So, thank you, Christia.
Hi, everyone. I'm from the Los Angeles County Office of Education Game Division. I'm a career development program specialist, job developer, and I assist with the reentry. Currently, we're just doing virtual teaching and giving updates as possible, servicing any clients with background issues, working with the reentry program, working with Pepperdine University with our expungements. And yeah, we're just here and trying to help everyone and stay safe with the COVID-19 pandemic, everything, trying to, get everything clear and concise to our students. And it's an honor to, still be a part of this committee. And I'm here for anyone need any information regarding the Greater Avenues for Independence Gain Laco division.
Awesome, thank you. Are you guys providing any like laptops or anything like that to individuals who maybe would qualify?
Yes, we are, and they have to go through the GAIN program, which is through the Department of Social Services. And we are giving those computers for, we also do HSC, high school equivalency program, short-term trainings. So we do give that through the Department of Social Services, who we are contracted through.
Awesome. Thank you. Do you mind putting your email in the chat? I
Sure.
actually have someone that I think might need your assistance. So
Okay. Sure.
awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Let me go to Miguel.
Good morning, everyone. Miguel Canto here from Hope Builders. We connect young adults 18 to 28 to career opportunities, different trade opportunities, construction, information technology, clinical medical assisting, and behavior technician options. Now, when it comes to our training programs and our adjustment to COVID, our training programs are still operating currently, and we've shifted to a hybrid, if not virtual format. Our construction program that does require hands-on training is on a hybrid format, similar to our clinical medical assisting program for injections, blood draws, also a hybrid format where a couple days out of the week on site, the rest of the week through virtual learning. Social distance also in place with all of our programs themselves. One of the things that we've done an adjustment for outreach is that we now host weekly information sessions every Wednesday night via Zoom at 6:30, and a great way to connect with anyone looking for more information to getting started on the process, what documents to have prepared to get started, and how we can continue to be that connection point for them so that they can move along through our admissions process.
And what day was that? You said every week at 6?
Every Wednesday at 6:30. And I can share in the chat the link to sign up.
Yes, please do. And that's going over all your programs, you said, right? They just anyone interested in Hope Builders?
So it's general program information, but we do start off with a guest speaker, someone that has participated within our training programs. So for these next 4 weeks, it will be a focus on our construction programs because we have our construction program set to begin in November. So these next 4 weeks will be someone that has participated and is now working in the field through our construction program, but we will cycle through our guest speakers, or cycle through various guest speakers from different fields and industries as we continue on through the year.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, let's go to Anne Marie.
Hi, everybody. My name is Anne Marie, and I am a career counselor at Cypress College. I also am the faculty advisor for Fight Club, From Incarceration to Empowerment Club, and I also oversee the LIFE program, Rated Intellects for Excellence program, which we're going to be talking about a little bit more after Susan Owens shares. You know, I'm going to be covering the part about the LIFE program. And at that point, if I can screen share, that would be awesome.
Yes, of course. I will make sure I give you screen sharing abilities. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Susan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, I'm Susan Owens. I am a mentor and leader, a professional expert for the LIFE program, which is at Cypress College. And the LIFE program was founded out of the Fight Club, which we started with our fearless leader, Anne Marie, and some other students. And we're providing support for people coming from any justice involved or family system impacted place, and supporting them with just walking them through what school looks like, whether that's like showing them the resources there or telling them about a teacher in a class, and just providing any type of support we can with just meeting them where they're at. And so that's it. Thanks.
And Susan will be our ROI speaker for everyone today. So we're all looking forward to hearing your story, Susan. So thank you.
Good morning, everybody.
So let's go to Victor with Geo Group.
Hi, hello, good morning, everyone. As you mentioned, my name is Victor Moreno. I'm with the Geo Group Reentry Services here in Santa Ana DRC Day Reporting Center. So our program is designed for the rehabilitation portion. So we work with the Department of Parole, and we are offering different various groups depending on parole sanctions and court orders, from family integration, substance abuse, employment, anger management, transportation, housing, community connections, and some educational services as we work towards partnering with you guys as well. So with the COVID-19, you know, we've been able to kind of open slowly. Right now we're taking appointments and we're doing the health screen checks in our entrance towards the facility. And with, you know, the new discoveries, you know, the list just keeps building and going higher and higher regarding, you know, when do you have coughs, fever. So that, you know, we're just taking the preventative measures in order for us to all work safely. But yeah, due to COVID-19, I guess right now the most impacting thing is, you know, emergency housing for, you know, everyone that's coming out of incarceration towards, you know, finding a safe place to live. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges right now.
Okay. Thank you, Victor.
No problem.
All right, so let's go to Laura.
Hi, good morning. Can you see me?
Yes.
Hi. I'm Laura Jose. I'm with the Public Defender's Office. I'm happy to join you guys this morning. I guess our update is that the courts have been open. We continue to layer on additional operations, but the collaborative courts are pretty much meeting, although not everybody is meeting in person. Some of those things are being done over WebEx, and felony arraignments have been going since the pandemic and the shutdown started. But one thing that everyone might want to be aware of is that out of custody misdemeanor arraignments continue to be pushed off. So if you were released or given or cited with a date to appear, those cases have still not been heard in court and they continue to be pushed off. There are some plans to begin those arraignments again. We'd probably be starting a pilot program out of West Court, but that hasn't happened yet. And recently with the closure of North Court, due to some structural problems, all of North Court is now appearing in West Court. So that may delay some of those plans out there to begin out of custody arraignments. So I guess what I would say is if anybody has any questions or any of your clients have any questions, they certainly should contact our office or feel free to contact me and we can try to point them in the right direction.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that update, Laura. I have a person showing just with an iPhone. Don't have a name, just says iPhone. Hi. Oh. Hello. Ooh. Looks like we're having trouble hearing you. All right, maybe you'll have to get off and then maybe rejoin, or let me see if you put something in the chat. Oh, I don't have mic access. Okay. Well, thank you for being here. If there's any updates you want to share, feel free to type it in the chat box so that I can share it with everyone else. Okay. All right, let me go to Jenna Lynn.
Hi everyone, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. So sorry. I'm getting a call at the same time, so I can barely hear anyone, but the perks of having your phone directed to your laptop, I guess. So sorry about that, but I'm Jenna Santos with Chrysalis, and our goal at Chrysalis is to help anyone maybe experiencing homelessness, low income, reentry individuals address their barriers to employment. And so how we do that is through one-on-one support and resources, Through the pandemic, we've definitely expanded the different kinds of resources that we've been able to help with. That's been really great. All of our programs are now virtual. So over the phone, over text, email, we've kind of just tried to make everything and anything work. And that also includes our transitional job program Roads that is specifically for our reentry individuals. So that's been really great. But I can also put our new flyers onto the chat so that if anyone wants to kind of refer anyone over, they can definitely just send them a flyer, or they can give them my personal information, which I'll also add to the chat. But thank you so much, Megan.
Awesome. Thank you, Jenilyn. Now with your transitional employment programs, are they still showing up to the office? Are they just meeting at the site? How is that working?
So I believe they are meeting at the office, but we're doing, I think, more trips from the office to the job site, so that we're practicing those social distancing guidelines and making sure that everyone is also doing all of our, we have COVID trainings that we've had everyone do, all staff, and just to make sure that everyone is as safe as possible.
Cool, thank you. Just so if anyone's interested in the Roads program, they know that they can't do it virtually.
Yes, that would be nice. No, we definitely, in the beginning of COVID, David, who he super amazing, he made it work so that our Roads crew could still get their hours in virtually by doing certain trainings. But he found another way to make it even better by still having our participants be able to go out because they really missed being out there. I think everyone, I mean, just like everyone else, everyone's tired of being trapped inside. So they were really itching to go back out and be out with Caltrans. So we're super grateful that they were able to do that.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Jeff.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I believe Commander Blicky gave an update for the department. I'm with Sheriff's Department Inmate Services.
All right, thank you. He did an amazing job too at that. And then let's go to Stacy with UCI.
Hi everyone, thank you for the opportunity. Just to introduce myself, I'm Stacy Tutt. I'm the director of UC Irvine's Consumer Law Clinic. And one area that our clinic focuses in is helping to address criminal fees and fines to some degree. And I just wanted to update everybody on some of our projects real quick during this rapid fire. One is that our clinic is working on an amicus brief in a case called People v. Cop, which is looking at and determining whether or not an ability to pay assessment is needed in determining what fines and fees can be charged to a criminal defendant. Many have heard that we're trying to gather stories. If you've seen the agenda, you've seen our story gathering form. And I just wanted to update everyone that there has been yet another continuance in the case on the briefing deadline. This is what happens in litigation. And so now our new deadline on getting our brief on file is November 9th, which means we're continuing this month to work on the brief. So if anyone has any stories or clients that they work with that would be interested in sharing stories about the struggle of dealing with criminal fines and fees, we encourage them to take our survey, get in contact with us, and we'd be happy to incorporate their stories into our brief so we can educate the California Supreme Court on the negative impact of, in particular, administrative fees and costs on criminal defendants. One last thing, though, I did want to share before I gave up my talking here real quick is that I don't know if everyone is aware of the passage of Assembly Bill 1869, which will be effective of July 1. And if it's okay, I can share my screen. I have a quick slide on this, though I need you to enable me, Megan, if you don't mind.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We think that this new legislation is going to be particularly helpful for criminal defendants that are struggling with fines.
To be able to do it now. Perfect.
There we go. So this is just a quick slide. We will have flyers from our coalition partners who are working on this issue to ensure that the word is getting out on how this is going to work. But really what's going to happen with this is effective of July 1. There are fees that are being repealed. There's a quick little sheet here that shows you all the different fees that are being repealed, and it's also ending assessment and collection and discharges. And it's intended that there's also money set aside of $65 million for counties who are no longer able to collect these fines and fees to make up for that difference, but it will no longer be the criminal defendants who have to pay that. So again, we'll be sending out a lot more information on this and sharing with how you can help individuals in navigating this, as well as those discharges, and making sure that this new powerful legislation will be implemented to the direct benefit of criminal defendants. So just wanted to throw that out there, and maybe we can come back at a future once we have all the educational materials together and even do an information session for everyone prior to the effective date of this new legislation, so you can be prepared and working with your clients and helping them to address this issue.
Yes, I would love that, Stacy. Thank you so much for sharing that. And if you wouldn't mind emailing that to me or putting it in the chat box, so that way we can also share it in the meeting minutes and then share it with the rest of the group.
Yes, I'll quickly do a little editing of this PDF, send you that sheet. The rest probably is not helpful, but I'll send you that little thing that I showed so everyone can have that just as a quick cheat sheet until we get all the other materials together.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right. So does iPhone with you, Bill, do you have access to mic now, or? Yay.
Yes.
Yay.
Hi, my name is Kristen. This is my first CAP meeting. I was just hired on as the job developer for Youth Build Anaheim. We're a brand new program, and one of our eligibility criteria is youth offenders. So we serve 16 to 24, and we're in the process of outreach right now. So we don't have any clients yet, and we're just looking to partner with other agencies that can help us navigate this recruitment during this time. And we are brand new. We just want to get our name out, and we're in Anaheim, and we do something similar to Hope Builders, construction training and high school equivalency education, and it's a Department of Labor program.
Awesome. Thank you. And what was your name again? Kristen?
Kristen, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So then your counterpart is Lanny or Laney? Okay, cool. Could you mind putting your email in the chat? All right, awesome. Thank you. And then last but not least, my partner in crime, Nazi. She just introduced herself. I don't know if everyone heard her. Anyways, let me go back, and then I need to share my screen really quick. So while I'm doing that, let me go to Miss Susan. She is our amazing ROI speaker. She is, why we do what we do as different organizations, and how we serve people. So, and why we serve the community. And, the ROI piece is really an important part of CAP. I think that's what separates us from a lot of other different community groups, because we're really celebrating individuals for their journey, and how they all are giving back to the community now. And so Susan, why don't you go? These are just some questions that I have. Just some people get they get lost in their thoughts. So I just have some basic questions up here, but you go ahead and you share your story. And I really appreciate you taking the time to share your story with us.
Thank you. I'm really grateful to be here and grateful for everyone, because, well, just to share this, and for what we get to do today. But I was born in Philadelphia. I have a brother, and I was born to a dysfunctional family of alcoholics. though my dad worked my whole life. He was actually, he died to the disease of alcoholism young. And then, so I moved to California, which was a complete culture shock in like 93. And that's when I met like gangs and things like that. But I was a little hippie. So I met the justice system at 20 when I got my first felony charge, and I was pregnant with my daughter at the time. I decided to keep her there. When I was in jail, I decided I was going to keep her, and I needed to get away from what I was doing. So I went back to Philadelphia to my dad, and I raised that little baby, and it was like the greatest time of my life. This little hippie mom, but I was an alcoholic or an addict, and I didn't really know that yet, you know. So I slowly let my walls down and started using again, just like drinking and things like that. I had, my dad passed away, and then my disease kind of got bad for like a year, and I realized I did not want to spend his entire life's work in my addiction. So I got on methadone, and I had 2 sons on methadone. I moved back to California with my first son, who was like a week old, and I went to my mom's house. And it was like the best life then. I raised that little boy, and I had one more little boy, and my man, who I had loved my whole life, or to that point, he got into the Carpenters Union, and I stayed home with all those babies. And we had a pool in the backyard, and I gardened, and I was completely out of touch with, like, you know, my friends who had been in Orange County and Costa Mesa and did that whole scene there. And so I was just like a stay-at-home mom. And then my oldest son got RSV for the second time in 2 years. And when I took him to the hospital, a mandated reporter reported that I had fallen asleep with him after they had to suction. He couldn't move the mucus in his chest, and so they had to suction down each nostril in his throat. And then I laid down with him, and they kind of separated us, so they were suspicious. Excuse me. And they took my 2 sons at the hospital that day. And then I had to move out of my mom's house so that my daughter wouldn't have to get into the system as well. And then she was able to watch those boys. But I spiraled pretty fast, and that's when I ended up on the streets of Santa Ana, like in and out of the system. You know, nobody could help me because I didn't see it, but they were busy like helping those babies. And so I learned how to be homeless, which was crazy. And then I met the jail system over a period of 7 years. And I'm really grateful for those moments of clarity, because they're the only ones I got. I like kicked that methadone on the streets, which was pretty crazy. And I started drinking and so on and so forth. But the jail system is the first place I learned of resources, you know, having not been out in the scene. Like I had no idea where to reach for help. But I saw those papers inside jail and stuff like that after like 3.5 years, which is when I realized that I could get like food stamps. I didn't even know, you know, I was just so lost. But so I got out and I got clean. And at that time, my daughter they were adopted. My daughter's dad adopted those 2 boys and moved them to Alaska. And my daughter was getting married, and I share about them a lot because that was like my, you know, I ran from them. I ran from that shame, and I didn't think that there was a way back because I didn't stand up for them when I was called to, you know, and I kind of lost the opportunity because they do have this beautiful life now. But I got clean, and I do have those kids back in my life today. I just came back from Alaska, where I spent a couple of days with my daughter, has a little grandbaby, and she's married, and she's the hippie I always wanted to be. And and my 2 sons, I get to spend time with them, and I get to be part of their future. And because of programs like this and school, I get to like show them a different way, and I get to teach them what breaking the cycle looks like, and be there for them when you know, when they face hard choices and peer pressure and stuff like that. So right after I got clean, I met a guy, and he had me sign up for school, just a couple months clean, and that opened up all these doors for me. Like, I just saw all these beautiful minds taking these different paths that were just like, I didn't even know were possible. With my record, you know, I always thought that would be a problem. And through watching these people in this new arena of school go all these beautiful, cool paths, and Anne-Marie she's just like the biggest cheerleader from Dangerous Minds, you know, is kind of how we looked at her. And so I saw some other friends there that I'd been in jail with, and I actually walked out of jail with a girl I met, and I had her come to school with me. I just passed my test to be a counselor. I've worked at the same place for over 3 years. I'm almost done my associate's degree, and we started the Fight Club from incarceration to empowerment. And from that, we've gotten to go out and be part of the community, the reentry community, and the different places that they get to go. And I got to go to Pelican Bay with school and Project Rebound, and I got to go inside and see what education's doing and how education brings hope. And it's just been so impactful, and so my heart is in bridging that gap outside of the county jails, because I've seen what that looks like for people who walk out and walk into Civic Center, you know. And today I'm a leader, and I'm dedicated, and I'm an encourager, and my dream is to be part of everything that you guys you're doing, and to just share the hope of education inside the county jails, you know, because that needs being met by the Cal States and the UCs in the prisons. But I believe we can grab them and stop them before they preventative, before they go and get huge prison terms, you know. And I wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for the LIFE program and the people whose hands I get to hold at school. And I think that's it. We're going to share about what the LIFE program does. And yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. I need to unmute myself. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And I loved, you know, when you said that you just want to share the love, right? And, you know, and sharing how education has changed your life and opened so many doors for you. And I think that that's something that most of us here at the meeting, that's what we believe in, is that, you know, we want to share the message of hope. So I appreciate you sharing your story. And there was a lot of ups and downs that you went through, but you have persevered, and by you giving back, it gives you that strength. I'm so happy to hear that, you know, you are you know, have built a good relationship with your kids, and that, you know that even when we mess up, because we all mess up, that, you know, you've worked through it, and you just want to be, you know, a model for, you know, other people, which is great. And I hope that, you know, you will, you know, consider being a part of, you know, the lived experience speaker program, where when we can, when COVID's, you know, lifted, that you would go in there and speak to a lot of the women, because I know a lot of them will probably have be able to relate to you.
Yeah.
And I think that is the biggest thing, and why it's so powerful is that we need to relate to someone in order to hear the message of hope, and that there are so many people out there working to help you. You just have to let them help you. And I think your story is so powerful. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for the space, and thank you for hearing me.
Yeah. Does anybody have any questions for Susan, or you want to say anything to her?
I just would like to say thank you
I'll
so
say
much.
something.
Oh. So many praise. Who wants to go first? Go, Anne
I just
Marie.
want to say a really quick thank you so much, Susan, for sharing. I really appreciate your authenticity and your vulnerableness to come on this platform to share your journey. And you definitely need to connect when we have our next expungement and reentry program. I would love to reach out with you to see if you can be one of our guest speakers once the COVID is over.
I would love that. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to say that thank you, Susan, for sharing your story. And I have had the privilege of knowing Susan for like 2.5 years now. And she really, really is just a phenomenal woman and a phenomenal student leader. And I really consider it to be a privilege to be in your circle and to know you. And so thank you for everything. And thank you for just being you and being brave. And yeah. Also, I was going to suggest that you put your email into the chat box. So if anybody wants to reach out to you and ask you to speak for them, they will have your contact info.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. Joe, did you have something you wanted to say?
Susan, I'd like to thank you for your time and your input. I know Jeff Henderson's on the line from our inmate services. Hey, Jeff, are we still doing the all-in program even though COVID's been in place? And if so, maybe we can get Susan to come in as a speaker on one of those sessions.
Yeah, I'll make the connection for her to connect with Dominic and Melody.
Yeah, I think she would be, it would have an impact on those students in there. And I think that'd be a good comfort level for her to start as she comes into the jail and starts getting familiar with it from this side of the fence, not from coming in the old way. So Susan, I really appreciate it, and a great job.
Thank you so much. That almost brings me to tears to just be able to reach them. So thank you.
Awesome. I love hearing that. Does anybody else want to say anything to Susan? No? Okay. I think we all share the sentiment of your story was very moving, and that you can continue to help a lot of other people just by continually sharing it. So I will stop sharing my screen so that Anne-Marie can talk about all the great things that the LIFE program is doing. So I will stop sharing so that you can share.
All right. So let me just go here, do present. Here we go. Okay, so one thing I just wanted to say, I just wanted to reiterate that ever since I first met Susan, she's been talking about going into the jails and prisons and sharing her story and reaching people and helping them to go on to another path. So when she says that this is her passion and her dream, it really is. And it's been consistent that she's been saying this over the last couple of years. So I'm so excited for all of the support you all are giving her in terms of reaching her dreams. So I'm just going to go really quickly about the LIFE program and just ignore the date up here. I created this presentation for a different day and a different group of people. So like Susan said, we serve justice involved or formerly incarcerated and system impacted students. So we don't just serve students who have been locked up, but we serve students who maybe have had a family member, like a parent or a brother or sister that's been locked up. And as we know, Studies have demonstrated that students who or people who are system impacted experience a lot of the same struggles that people who are incarcerated experience: substance abuse, mental illness, depression, anxiety, trauma, PTSD, low self-esteem, things like that, low financial resources. So we want to also gather those students as well. And I have been noticing there's a lot of focus on formerly incarcerated students, which is wonderful and so needed. And I'm trying to also include system impacted students into that focus as well. So like I said, we serve justice involved students, students who have experienced incarceration, and system impacted students, students who have a loved one who has experienced incarceration. This is our crazy, happy, loud group, are some of our core founding members. As you can see, we're really silly. We're also really tight. We have a really tight community, and I could say that our students really have each other's backs. But why? So you guys all know this, education drastically lowers the rate of recidivism. And there was a meta-analysis conducted by the RAND Corporation that showed that I think that if an inmate or somebody who is incarcerated took just one college level class, not even completed a certificate or an associate's degree, it reduced the rate of recidivism to 43% or by 43%. I can't remember the statistic off the top of my head, but greatly reduced the rate of recidivism. And that's one college class. And as we know, the higher somebody goes up that level of that college education, the higher their level of achievement in terms of degree, the lower the rate of recidivism goes. So what do we do? So we are like a relatively new program. We got a grant in order to, so that we can actually provide services. So we offer textbook vouchers every spring and fall semester because we know that that can really serve as a deterrent for students when they're facing $300 that they have to spend every semester. We have emergency gift cards to help students purchase gas or groceries, like if they didn't get paid that month or they mismanage their money and they don't know how they're going to buy groceries for that week, we can cover them. And we also have peer mentors who are kind of like the person that they connect to. And peer mentors can connect them to community resources, provide them with information as well as support. We have regular community meetings every third Tuesday from 2 to 3:30 p.m. And we also have Apple iPads with keyboards on loan, advocacy letters. So if students need a letter written for the court, or students say don't get into the school that they're trying to transfer to, I can help write letters. We have a whole bunch of faculty who can help write letters on their behalf. And relationships with four-year universities. And those relationships can really be beneficial in terms of like helping students write their applications and things like that. So how do you get connected? So here's our email, lifecypresscollege@gmail.com. You can go to Facebook and friend Fight Club on Facebook, and then like our business page, which is Liberated Intellects for Excellence, the LIFE program. And then we're also on Instagram, LIFE Program 2020. So like I said, we have regular community meetings. This was our last community meeting with an amazing speaker, Robert Wood. Our Zoom links always stay the same. We also have regular Fight Club meetings every Monday from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. And that's it. Here we are being goofballs on campus in our LIFE program shirts. So that's it. Oh, and this is my amazing Fight Club co-advisor. And he just wrote a book about his life. He spent 23 years homeless and in and out of the prison system. And now he is a professor of nursing at Cypress College. We can and do change. So thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Anne-Marie. I know last week I joined your meeting. Tara invited me, and I just loved hearing Robert's story. and how he was able to connect. And, you know, I'm definitely have to get his information to have him be one of our ROI speakers in the future, because he had a super moving story, just like Susan. And you can tell when Susan, you were so happy to get your counselor's certificate. So, and that's just another way for you to help people. And then you're almost to your goal of getting your AA, and then wherever you want to go next. And so education is really important to really help us open up our minds and see what's out there, whether it's or a shorter certificate program, or that longer end game of, you know, getting your AA, your BA, and your master's. It's kind of, you know, it's for that person to decide, but just opening up those doors is so huge. So what your program is providing with the grant is amazing, being able to provide those services to the students on campus. And going back to what you said, they don't have to necessarily be incarcerated themselves or previously incarcerated. Having a family member has that same effect on people. So I think it's really great that you guys have expanded it to involve people that have just been just as impacted, not either directly or indirectly. So I think that's really great. So thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions for Anne-Marie or Susan about the LIFE program over at Cypress? No? Oh, yeah.
We are definitely looking to do outreach with any organization that we could come present or share what we're doing and what we offer, and how we could walk somebody through just like taking one class, whether it be like reaching out to Project Kinship or those kids that the Anaheim home builders are trying to do, anyone. So just want to put that out there. We're looking for
awesome. Yeah, it's always good to connect, and that's part of the reason why we have CAP, is this collaborating, pulling our resources, because, you know, you might hear something that you might come across someone that maybe you can't necessarily help, or maybe you can only help them in one component, but then you know, oh, I know this organization that can help you in this other area, so that it comes together at a holistic approach to really be able to provide everything that someone needs. And that's really the power of collaboration and coming together as a community, and that's really what we're all working to do together, and CAP's just kind of that platform for that. So I'm gonna move on. Looks like we're making good time. Oop. Hold on 1 second. Oops, my bad. Oop, what's going on here? Sorry, I'm having technical difficulty. Here we go. Uh-oh, what's going on here? Which screen are you seeing? Okay. I've got multiple screens going, so I'm like, where am I at? I just sent over Dr. Rita's application for the Lived Experience Speaker Program, and like what Commander Bilecki said, is that, you know, until COVID has kind of gone away, or at least subsided a lot more, then we will have the opportunity to start getting that program going. Hopefully, it looks like it'll be next year, hopefully in the spring, depending on how things go. And then Stacy gave us an update about, you know, what's going on with their Amicus Brief. You know, if anybody has any stories, please feel free to share with Stacy and her team, because, you know, it's really important that we show how much fines and fees impacts people, and telling their story puts a face to it, which will really help, you know, people in the future. So it's been extended to November 9th, you know, so you'll have, you know, one last plug next month in October for the meeting, unless it gets extended again, which, you know, might work out for the best, you know, however you want to look at the coin that day. And then, was there anything else you wanted to share, Stacy? No? Okay, cool.
No,
So,
I just put in the notes field in the chat. I put in that slide I shared with everybody and also our story gathering flyer. So if you need any other details, you can look there.
awesome, thank you, Stacy. Jennifer, our agent Sabota, couldn't join us today. She had another meeting, but she did want me to give a few updates. So she's still taking men's clothing for the, and she's, if you want to donate it, just contact her directly. That's her cell phone that's up on the screen, that 562 number. And she's also looking for hangers, and it's just for some of her parolees. Jennifer is amazing, and she's doing a lot of good things in Anaheim. She wanted to give a huge shout out to Danny. Last meeting, he said he wanted to donate hygiene kits because Jennifer needed it. He donated a ton of them, and so Jennifer just really wanted to say thank you to him for doing that, because it's really helping some of the transient parolees that they're assisting in the Anaheim office. Lastly, she is going to be having a mobile clinic on October 19th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Anaheim office. So they're going to be providing, you know, vaccinations, medical exams, prescriptions assistance, and Medicare enrollment, and some other assistance. Please make sure if you're telling people to go there that they are following some COVID procedures, that, you know, they are wearing a mask and being mindful of other people. They will be asked to do that. So just make sure that if you are sharing the information, and I will share this in the meeting minutes, and then also share the flyer so you all can share it. And then she's gonna share the dates as they come with me about doing it at both the Irvine and Anaheim office, the mobile clinic. And then she did have a request if anyone had any connections to any mobile food banks that she could also set up. So if anyone has anything, feel free to speak up, or you can email me directly or in the chat and let me know, so that we can, you know, help her as she's helping the parolees. So, all right. Let's see. NA meetings are still going on, so just wanted to make sure that we're continually sharing that information. Tuesdays at 10 a.m. The Zoom meeting information is here with the password, and then Thursdays at 8 p.m. So, yep. And we are finishing early, which is great, rather than going long, to being mindful of everyone's time. So does anybody have any, I know Randy, you joined the call late. Was there anything you wanted to share with us?
No, not today. Just listening in. Sorry to join you guys late, but I'll definitely go back and see what I missed in the recording. Thanks.
No worries. I'm glad that you could join us. Oh, Lori, yeah.
I just wanted to offer to send anybody that wants to put their contact information in the chat or reach out to me via my email, Lori, L-O-R-I, @LoriFriedman, and that's spelled like friedman.org. I will send out this How Money Works, Stop Being a Sucker book to you guys for free. And it's real simple. It's all cartoonish. It's only about 100 pages, and it can be read in a day. And if you guys would like that for your organizations, I would be glad to send everybody a copy.
Awesome. Thank you, Lori. Did anybody else have anything they wanted to share that they didn't share at the beginning? No, I think everyone spoke up. Okay. So, you like my little llama? I think that's a llama. I can't believe it. It is going to be, it's the end of September and October. You know, since the meeting is the last Wednesday of every month, from 10 to 11:30, or if we end early at 11, which is nice for everyone so that they can get on with their day. So we are going to be having a really cool speaker talking about gang injunctions, and then also an individual that I've known for going on 3-4 years. He's going to be sharing his story. I've worked with him up at Goodwill Southern California for a long time, and he's helped a lot of different people change their lives. So he's going to be our other speaker for next month, and to really end CAP's year on a good note. His name's Reuben Ledesma, and yeah, so I can't believe COVID. I feel like it just kind of blinked your eye and it's over with. Since we meet the last Wednesday, it goes November, December, it's the holidays. So thank you all for being here. If you want to share any other resources with the group, you can join us on LinkedIn, and you can request to join the group because it is a private group, and you can share resources with everyone that's on there. And I think that's a great way to kind of instantaneously share information with the group. I do continually share updates through Facebook, not so much Instagram unless it's on a story, because it's kind of hard to post flyers on Instagram. Anyways, and so please like us, join us. Thank you. Continue to spread the word. If you ever want to share resources, please let me know so that I can share it with the rest of the group. So thank you so much, everyone. If you don't have anything else to say, I will see you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Megan.